So for the people who haven't been living in a bomb shelter or under a rock for the past few years, in 2 years, specifically 20 months, we have gone from everyone washing their hands and keeping 6 feet of distance, and we would flatten the curve, to being arrested for not wearing a mask in school, having your job taken away from you if you don't get vaccinated, and legislation that is being currently considered in order to go back to the 1940s with detainment camps. It comes to the point when you realize that there are people in this world who will ignore what's really going on. But then again, go see the judgment of the sheep and the goats from the Bible. We all know the facts. The Winnie the Pooh cough was made in a lab, and you're not allowed to talk about it because if you do, you'll be censored. The very people who claim that Trump was wrong and that it was a conspiracy theory to assume that this certain thing that you weren't allowed to talk about for an entire year, saying its actual name, was, according to the fact checkers, absolutely a lie, until months later when Fauci himself even admitted it had to have been made in a lab. There comes a point when you realize that most people in this world will gladly follow whatever their masters tell them to think, because as it has been said over and over,
fear always works.
And that people who choose to live by fear rather than by faith will always suffer at the hands of oppressors. That, because of their fear, they will choose to keep quiet and look the other way. Don't take my word for it. Just remember that all the people who made a big hysterical deal over children in cages, and remember that's how they phrased it, children in cages, when Trump was in office, despite the fact that the people who made the photographs for those accusations were back when Obama was in office, have all gone quiet now that President Grope-and-Sniff is in office.
They watch in horror as children are torn from their families and thrown into cages. You know how much I care about all of our children.
Are you sure about that, Michelle? Are you sure you really care about these children? You mean these cages? The same cages that were built by your husband during the Obama-Biden administration to house children at the border? These cages? The cages that you blame Trump for? The very same Joe Biden that you want to be president?
Joe put kids in cage, Joe good. Trump put kids in cage, Trump bad.
You see, photos circulated online of children in cages that generated great anger. But those photos, by the Associated Press, were taken in 2014 and depicted some of the thousands of unaccompanied children held by President Barack Obama. Now, think about this. At that time, that's what even Obama thought the best option was. Yeah, Michelle, your husband, and we never ever heard a voice of concern from you whatsoever. Did you really care about these children? What is it that you all say? Silence speaks volumes.
You know how much I care about all of our children.
I think that this will probably be the last intentionally political video I will make, and also the last video for the rest of the year, because starting next year I'm going to be working on deliverance related videos. Because as I've gotten closer to God, a realization has happened. The people of this world will continue to swallow the pill and keep marching on like cogs in a machine. I'm realizing that Jesus gave one grand example of something I didn't really think much about years ago. He never tried to fix the Roman Empire. Let that sink in for a second. He never tried to fix the Roman Empire. Instead, he spent his time winning souls. He spent time fighting the real enemy of this world, in the world. And no matter what happens next, I'm going to continue doing what I can to tell the truth. But also remember that even Jesus didn't hesitate to make a few comments on issues that could be considered political.
And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children, or of strangers? Peter saith unto him, Of strangers. Jesus saith unto him, Then are the children free.
So starting next year, I'm going to be focusing on spiritual things. As Peter said to the lame man, I have no gold, and I have no silver, but what I have to offer, I give freely. I can only hope that I can make a difference in somebody's life. If even one, I will consider that a success. So I hope this video finds you well, whoever watches it. And I pray that you have comfort given to you by God. I pray that you, whoever you are, can come to the knowledge that Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior, who rose from the dead after being crucified, and that he truly is the Son of God and God. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and whatever it is you celebrate, and Happy New Year. But until next year, God bless, Christ loves you, good journey, and hope for those who are lost.